G'day everybody, welcome to another cycling commentary video. The series where I go on bike rides and then talk about it. Now you may be wondering, if you're a regular viewer of the channel, why here? You know, normally this series is about me finding excellent routes to cycle along, to talk about the infrastructure, or routes with a lot of cycling potential, so I can talk about the infrastructure and how it could be better. But here I am. You can see it up ahead. We're about to reach Mt Panorama, the supercars racetrack. I've got a running event, Mt Panorama Punish, on tomorrow. So I thought a fun way to get a little last minute training in would be to ride my bike around, do the course, do a lap, one hot lap as they say in the tagline for the race. But also, I think Mt Panorama can actually illustrate an underrated technique, or an underrated tool for creating good streets for walking and cycling. Because even though the racetrack is a public road, if you didn't know, but even though it's got a 60 kilometers per hour speed limit and no footpaths or anything like that, it's still a very popular spot, especially on the weekends, for people who want to go for a bit of a walk or a bike ride. And I'll get into why that is in a moment. We've got the first magpie swoop of spring. That's how you can tell that the season has begun. That is actually going to be a fun moment to watch back when I put this video together on my computer, because, you know, funnily enough, I've never actually had the chance to see myself be swooped by a magpie. Something that I've only experienced in the moment. Okay, so we're on the course, we're on the racetrack. The e-bike pedal assist has been turned off, and what I'm going to do now is basically the equivalent of like running with a weighted vest to train, because this is the bike I'm riding right now is quite the bike. Let's just see what this guy's doing. So it is the bike I believe is at least 25 kilos, the one I'm riding right now. So as I said, equivalent to running with a weighted vest on. And going up the hill, there is a steep incline on this racetrack, I believe, and I've only ever recorded my run from home, so that may influence the elevation somewhat, but I think it's like 170 meter, 180 meter incline over about, 3 Ks or so to get to the top of the mountain. Then you go back down the hill again. So, wish me luck. Now, this part of the mountain here generally is a bit less popular for kind of leisurely weekend walking and cycling. You can imagine why. Narrow shoulder, big concrete barrier with some kind of, I believe these are the pit stop structures. Some tight corners. But as we get to the downhill section, that's when you'll start to notice people go for a walk. It's on the other side of the race course. Maybe, I don't know. Normally when I go for a jog in the mornings on the weekend, I see people. But we may not today. But I think, and it did baffle me a little bit, and I did I chose this course as a jog, for my weekend jog when I was training for my first half marathon, which I did a few months ago, because it was a good distance, a solid distance from my house. So I could do the run around the mountain back in a bit over an hour, so it didn't take too much time, but a really good distance for training for a half marathon. But also, because the hills are really excellent fitness going up and down those hills. But I'm sure that's a big motivation for a lot of people who cycle around here for fitness. The epic climbs up to the top of the mount, and the people who jog around here as well. But the people just going for a stroll, of whom we can see none right now. But it'll be interesting to see when we get to the other side of the mount what the situation is. Generally, they're not in it for the hills. Maybe they're in it for the view at the top. And there is an off-road path when you walk around it. But also, aside from, you can see now, no traffic. There were some people driving. I actually don't know where they ended up. Maybe they stopped at the building back there. Maybe they kept going around, who knows. But because the road is just a loop, it doesn't lead anywhere. The only reasons people have for driving along the road would be A, just for the fun of it, the novelty of driving on a motor racing course. B, to go up to the top and check out the views, which I guess fits into that kind of recreation novelty aspect. And C, maybe they live or are visiting a property along here. Because obviously, as I was saying, public road. On the left, that's a car park for race day. On the right, farm. You can see an alpaca, I think that is, in a paddock. A few alpacas, maybe llamas. I'm not sure how you tell the difference from this far away. Because I think generally you look at their toes. I think it's alpacas have toes, llamas have hooves. But I don't know how to tell from this far away. But yeah, public road, properties on the side that some people may be accessing. So because of that, relatively low traffic. And nobody who is using this road is in any particular hurry to get anywhere, unless they want to pretend they're race car drivers. So, surprisingly, there is something to be learnt about traffic calming and good urbanism from a V8 supercars track, which is, if you want a road to be good for walking and cycling, yes, the cycleways and the traffic calming can be, in fact, a necessary and excellent in almost all cases, but they are not the only technique, and they are not even the first technique that should be considered, which is making sure that if you don't want people using a road as a through road, don't make it lead anywhere. You can use modal filters to add little cul-de-sacs in the middle of streets that should be local access only, and allow people to walk and cycle through those. All right, this is when the real challenge begins. Beginning to regret a little bit wearing this jumper. Wish me luck. Alright, I think, I want to be honest, I have underestimated one thing, overestimated another. I have underestimated how much difficulty the extra 20-25 kilos of bike weight would add. Additionally, the upright, comfortable riding posture of this bike is not suited for converting maximum energy output from legs into energy output from bikes. So not ideal in that situation either. Alright buddy, you gotta leave a meter when you overtake. This is the part of the track I haven't run on before because there's a path up that way. So I don't think I've ever been around this section except when I drove around the track once many years ago. What was the thing I overestimated? How entertaining it would probably be to watch me struggle up the hill at about 6 kilometers an hour. So we're putting on the pedal assist and we're going to continue around here. Just enjoy the views. We're going to try to enjoy the views despite the insane number of tyre power ads everywhere and the ghosts of a Donut King ad. All right, we've reached the summit here. You can see, once again, surprising. I don't know, for some reason I'm always surprised every time I'm going around this like a racetrack, and it's like, oh, a nice looking house. Yeah, always unexpected. All right, I thought we had reached the top. I was wrong. I don't know if you can see from this vantage point, that path down there, that's the one I normally run. So once again, we are in new territory here for me. And if I knew anything about racing, this would be the part of the video where I give you facts about, oh, this is called this part of the track, and you know, I was going to say Max Verstappen, but he's for F1. I don't know, what's his name? Chaz Mostert did this and that in his car, but I don't know any of that. So, you know, this is a channel for unexpected urbanist insights into motor racing tracks, not motor racing history lessons or anything like that. Okay, now we have reached the peak. It's official. So I'm going to turn that pedal assist off, don't need it anymore. And we'll get ready to go down the hill. The mount for my Insta 360 recommends going no faster than 60 kilometers an hour with the camera attached. So we are going to have to show a little restraint here, perhaps going down this hill. We'll see how we go. All right, I was wrong about the uphill being done, but this is only a little bit of incline here, so we'll be all right. Oh, tour bus. Got some people up the top of the mountain checking out the view. You know, should we do that? Maybe. Let's see how we feel. We've got some tents set up over there. I don't think they're normally there. That may be leftovers from the race. Here's the rest of the boardwalk. We've got, not sure how much you can see from that angle, where the camera is. Maybe a little low down, but it is a great view. And we'll be able to see it right in front of us there. So to the left of us is, I guess, the namesake of the English name of the mountain Panorama. The Wiradjuri name is Wahluu, but it's a big view, good view. All right, here we go. All right, we reached 60 k's an hour. I'm going to stop pedaling now. Oh yeah, another reason we probably didn't want to surpass 60 k's an hour, aside from the Insta360 bike mount warning, is that that's the speed limit of the road. So, yeah, fair enough. Whew, that was fun. And you know, going downhill just then really made me appreciate just how steep that is, and how that, you know, how chuffed I guess I should be with running around that for training. But we'll see how I do on race day tomorrow anyway. I'm aiming for under 30 minutes, but we'll see how we go. It is a monster of a hill. So wish me luck. If you are familiar with the channel Eco Penny, another Bathurst-based YouTuber who does a whole range of videos related to environmentalism and ecotourism and going out in nature and doing hikes, and also, you know, cycling. He rides his e-bike around, and he will be at Mt Panorama Punish as well. I am sure he will make a video about it, because his channel is more vlog, like it has a more vlog style than mine. So I'll just be doing the race. I won't be recording any of it, but I will link to his video, because I assume he's going to make one, in the description if you want to check out what the race itself is like. Maybe I'll make an appearance on it, who knows. Guess we'll see if we run into each other. But we're nearing the end of the race here. You know, I was expecting to see way more people here on a Saturday morning. I guess it's not, it's a kind of cold and cloudy day, and it's 9:30 in the morning. There should be people out and about. But, you know, I came in with a thesis. I was like, well, surprisingly, lots of people walk and run around Mt Panorama. That thesis did not present any evidence for itself, but I promise you it happens. Just perhaps on nicer, sunnier days, I don't know. So, as we finish off the course, I would like to take a moment to thank my Ko-fi supporters. Their names will be on screen shortly. Huge thank you to Yvonne, Zach, Transportist, Alexander, Jake Coppinger, Michael, Ben, Trisha, Joe, Adam, Stuart, Abiram, Shareth, and Lucas. If you like this video, make sure to hit like. If you would like to see more cycling videos or videos about urbanism that have more of a research component, more of a sit and talk to the camera, those are the kind of things I tend to make. So make sure to check out the rest of my channel. Make sure to subscribe to see the next video I upload. And I will see you in the next video.